You guys want? So there's another subject that I want to transition into. Remember that one kick streamer who was abusing their dog or something like that? Apparently, there's an update or so on the on that kick streamer who was I think it's the one, to be honest. So apparently, IRL streamer flees the country after snitching on himself. So I assume this is the same subject. Please tell me she got arrested. What do you mean she? This is a dude. This is a dude who was abusing his dog or so on stream.
This wannabe kick streamer is now fleeing to America from Toronto with...
Wait, he's leaving? Wait, he's leaving? Wait, he's from Toronto? Hey. And he's leaving to the US?
$6 to his name after clips of him being awful to his dog on stream went viral, leading to him being doxxed and exposed. Now,
yep, they went
he's
to
living at
America,
hotels,
apparently.
off of subscriptions and donations while live streaming himself, essentially ruining his own life.
Monkey business day.
You're definitely doing good.
Giving the subs a high IQ.
Wait, so he did... Wait, so he only has $6 to his name? Are you serious? That's crazy.
And base
Someone give me $20 Canadian to buy Tinder Platinum, bro. Someone PayPal me $20 Canadian to get me Tinder Platinum, bro. Someone, I need Tinder Platinum. Damn, look.
Yeah. Like, I have 2 turtles. Like, I want to have a dog or a cat with me, to be honest, because I want to have... You know, I want to have a companion. My turtles aren't really good companions. They're kind of just there, just wanting me to feed them. They're just like, mother, I require substance, mother. When are you gonna give me substance? That's pretty much it. I only got turtles. They're not really like good as in like, you know, little scaly babies, basically. I have my girl over there. The boy is not mine. The boy is my sister's, but I take care of the boy or so. But I don't like him though, because he killed my original turtle, as always, you know? Oh yes, before I forget too. I kind of forgot about this. I should really say it at the beginning of the video. We have memberships available on YouTube for only $1. So if you want to support your girl or so over here on the YouTube side of things, you can with just $1. Yeah, because I did it for $1 because, you know, it's pretty expensive now these days in today's economy. So I thought maybe $1 should be just fine or so to support your girl over there. You get a little badge or so, you get a little tentacle badge, and then you also become a voidling as well. And then also on top of that, we do have some emotes or so. I already planted in some emotes in there because I think I accessed them on my phone or so. So yes. So for those who are curious or so, yes, I have membership, which is a lot cheaper over there. So if you want to support me, you can, because I'll probably use that money towards saving towards a new GPU so I can multi-stream on YouTube and I can finally be able to interact with my YouTube voidlings. So instead of it being a YouTube frog, you become a YouTube voidling. So I forgot to add this at the beginning of the video for all my previous other videos. So I'm probably going to start doing it now a little bit more. So just letting everyone know on my YouTube side community is all. So
I feel like the only way things can get more pathetic than that if he begged for money to sub to OF girls. But this dude almost exclusively streams himself doing impressively stupid and awful stuff. I guess his only problem is this is just the first time it's gotten him enough attention to where he's essentially been blasted online and
not
actually
allowed.
got the police involved. So it's safe to say he couldn't handle the heat because he hasn't been home since then.
It's been there for quite some time. It's a term or so to like just say YouTube frogs. I don't know. It's just been there for quite some time. I just kind of like say the same thing just because of other people have said it, because it's been there for such a long time.
There's only 2 choices: stay here, get an apartment, or pay my rent and go back to Toronto and then come back after I get shit figured out. There's 2 options: stay here, try to find an apartment on Craigslist or something, and then, or pay my rent, go back to Toronto, even though there's nothing for me back there. Like, there's literally nothing for me in Canada. Like, there's nothing.
Well, let me introduce you guys to Lil Dealy, a scummy kick streamer who recently started getting attention online after someone uploaded a compilation of him hitting his dog and threatening his own life to Reddit. And this is what this guy
What the
claims he came up off of.
So that's my thing. My thing is punching the phone. That's, you know, when you have your thing that make you different from everyone else. Me is crashing out, punching my phone, spitting on my phone. This is my thing. This is my thing to stand out. That's my thing. Anyone try to steal
That's my thing to stand out. And people will do anything for an ounce of clout, huh? At the end of the day, huh? That's kind of crazy to see that.
that, I started that. I started punching the phone. I'm the one that started spitting on the phone. I started that. That's my thing. That's my thing.
Yeah, this unique individual invented hitting his phone and spitting on his phone. Okay. I can't believe this guy's real. Also, his Canadian accent is insane. And while researching this video, I was even on call with a bunch of Canadian friends of mine, and they even gave us permission to laugh at it due to how insane his accent was.
The way how he looks in that video.
On October 15th, a Reddit user named ChemicalAD6151 warned people of Lil Dealey's awful behavior towards his yellow lab, Peaches. These horrifying scenes included clips of him kicking his dog's metal crate with her inside, threatening to take her life after she took a dump on the floor, and smacking her in the face and body when she barks. And if this is what he's willing to stream on his Kick channel, imagine what he's doing when the stream is off. Obviously, I have to be extremely careful of what I show here.
Jesus.
But it's not good. And his reaction of his dog going to the bathroom on the floor becomes even worse when you realize that he's forced this dog to stay cooped up in this tiny Toronto apartment for days at a time, rarely taking her out for bathroom breaks or exercise in general. Like, if you just take this 21-hour-long VOD of his Rumble account, for example, Dealey doesn't take Peaches out a single time. And on top of that, the only time he's feeding her is when he gives her a slice of Domino's pizza. Hello?
What the fuck?
And then he spends the rest of the stream hitting a bong, playing music videos on his TV, and then complains about having no friends. Dude, I wonder why.
He complains about having no friends. I don't even have any IRL friends anymore. Like, I don't have IRL friends no more. Like, none at all. But I'm not here complaining about it.
Why?
One hell of a mix.
Third piece, you get the first piece.
Girl, I'm still get wishes that theater popcorn for what? With each bite, you will feel more lonely.
Yeah, well, by myself, popcorn by myself, you know, no one to watch a movie with, no one to go out with, no friends to go get with, no one to go to the club with, no one to drink with, no one to talk to. No, I'm just, my life is.
Well, if your life is so shit, why don't you just change your life? Have you ever thought about that? You know, in my personal opinion, you know, maybe if you want a social, interactive life, maybe change something. No, he does have someone. No, I think he does have someone, because I think in one of the videos or so, his girlfriend was there trying to stop it. You know. Oh yeah, I need to fix that actually. And TTS sometimes breaks from time to time. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, give me a second. Sometimes TTS breaks. I have no idea why. I think it's because it doesn't get used after a while. I think that's the reason why it just kind of like shuts off or so. Let me see. Let me check. I gotta see if this works or not. I just gotta make sure.
Wah, wah, wah.
There you go. Yeah, it's so weird though, to be honest.
So he's not only just being awful to his dog on stream, he's also openly neglecting her basic needs as well, and possibly every one of these painfully long streams.
To be honest, if I had a cat or a dog, you know, that'd be like, you know, that'd be someone I would, you know, take care of it, treat so much, you know. That'd be a good friend to have, to be honest.
He's hitting her, feeding her fast food instead of actual dog food, and essentially
I would totally have a fur baby cam. I would have a camera, you know, pointing at my turtles at least, or pointing at like my cat or dog or so, you know.
Boxing his apartment when the dog is sitting there right with him, and it's not like they're in a big space.
Kiki?
But like I said previously, he is no stranger to streaming himself doing horrible stuff. It's kind of like on brand for him to have a temper, which I guess.
Well, at the moment, I have to get, you know, in order for me to get an animal like that, I would need number one, I would need to save enough money for the things that the animal needs. That's number one. Number two, making sure I have enough for, you know, not just for myself, but for the animal as well, as in like, you know, if anything happens, veterinarians or anything like that, you know, whatever the thing needs. So at this very moment, since I can't really take care of myself very well, I can't have, you know, a second, you know, an animal or so to be here with me for now. So
could be okay on its own, but not when there's an animal or another human involved.
not in today's
middle.
economy, it's not, to be honest.
Oh man, not this song.
That's
Turn
just
it
the
up before you
difference.
dump.
I just broke my microwave, bro. I just broke my microwave, bro.
What the hell? Did you just break your microwave? But why?
But still, I mean, these clips were disgusting enough by themselves that they immediately started going viral, and the internet tracked Dealey down almost instantly.
Yeah, but I prefer to be a mom in the future too as well, so I also want to be a mom.
There were tons of YouTube videos posted about the situation with millions of views between them. People started doxing him and his address, as well as contacting the Toronto police and local animal rescues, hoping that anyone with
Microwave
some
the
kind of
victim for
authority
real.
would step in
I love my microwave. I would never hurt my microwave.
and remove the dog.
Yeah, he looks like
from
he's very
a
emotional.
purely
He's like
no-
emotionally unstable and mentally unstable, because if he's abusing his dog, you want to know something? That's what actually, like, you know, if you actually like abuse animals and, you know, you know, get rid of them, you know, like that's literally what causes serial killer behavior.
Not good home. But as soon as all this went viral, Lil Dealey literally fled the country with $6 to his name and Peaches panting in the backseat, running from consequences and hoping to partake in Ice Poseidon's scavenger hunt. As
What the fuck? He literally, wait, he left his house or so? I have an air fryer too as well. But there are some things you can't cook with an air fryer though. So yeah. This guy literally left Toronto to go to America with $6 to his name.
as if that event needed more degenerates.
I did hear that some guy is flying or like driving here from Canada and he has $6 in his bank account. I just want to throw that out there. If he
How much do I have in my bank account? My quote unquote bank account. Let me see. How much do I have to my name right now? 62. I got 62. I have 62 schmackaroons or so for you know, for my to my name at least at this very moment. It's because I was buying some stuff, that's why.
he's coming, and nobody has any excuses, you know?
I'm sure he thought that winning the scavenger hunt would be his golden ticket and that would just solve all of his woes, even though he probably would have just blasted all of that winnings on Tinder Gold.
Time to
Transmission
start
oil
busking.
temperature indicator. Oil temperature.
Smells like oil, it does though, yeah.
But since he clearly didn't win, it now seems like he's going to have to start selling off his vape teas if he wants to continue living out of motel rooms or face the music back home. Because even though he's apparently out of money, he doesn't seem to be in any rush to get back to his apartment in Toronto. So I wonder why. It could be because Toronto police are allegedly very
Glad you called too. I was surprised myself when they told me that they're aware of that they're aware of this dude already. Damn.
aware of him. With all the attention on him, newcomers entered his chat and begged him to surrender his dog, wherever he was. People even offered money to exchange for her. Although, who knows how serious they were.
I have no idea what
and at the
Tinder
end of the
Gold
day,
is, to be
Dealey
honest.
didn't bite. But someone did, however, pay for him to buy actual dog food, while others threatened him about returning to Toronto or frankly showing his face anywhere. But Dealey was just amping up his affection for Peaches, constantly deflecting and denying that those awful clips were even real.
You got some water. I know you still got water. You're just a little. You just spoiled.
And then on top of that, he also claimed that they were edited.
Think it's not edited? Oh, you don't think he cut out the parts? So when you think I actually told I was serious when I was telling my dog I was going in GTA You think I was serious there? These kids actually think I was serious when I was saying I was going, oh my god. If you actually believe that, you're brain dead. If you watch the full clip, you'll see what I said in the clip. I said, look, my dog don't understand anything I say. My dog doesn't understand English. I'm like, watch this. Look, and I spell there. Look, I'll do this. I'll put it in the ear.
And honestly, it's pretty common to see kick streamers, and my initial reaction is, how are they not banned yet? But I guess they just don't care about people being complete degenerates on their platform, even though it makes Kick look terrible. But I mean, ultimately, the dude's still alive. He still has Peaches with him, and he decides his next move on the fly. So
what's he gonna
who knows
do?
what will happen next?
Really, all your hard work is finally paying off.
I'm not doing it myself.
And even though the story exploded on social media and people are still working to get this dog removed from him, to this day, he rarely streams to more than 100 viewers. His content is literally so bad he couldn't even capitalize off the negative attention and pander to some brain-rotted middle schoolers. And I guess...
Wait, so he streams only to 100 people? That's it? Damn, that's crazy.
What's worse for him is most of the viewers he does have just spends their time taunting him with text-to-speech, hoping to get him angry, which seems to be pretty easy once he starts drinking. Essentially, it's just the same type of audience that we see most of the IRL streamers we already cover have.
I don't have no one in my talking about. I got talking about. I got no one in my life. What are you talking about? Who the did I talk to? Oh, you.
Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit, dude. God damn, dude. Oh my god. And that was maybe a good day? I don't know. He was drinking. He was drinking on that day. I guess he was celebrating, I don't know, Christmas. It looks like this is Christmas or something because he has a Christmas tree in the back, so...
Really, I feel bad. I'm going to stop.
Ew, he has boogers coming out of his nose. Ew.
In fact, most of his streams end up something like this clip, and recently, he's screaming at his chat more often than not. It seems like that's really his only social interaction right now, and it's sending him down an even more concerning path.
I got none.
I usually have a bunch of trolls, like these are kids, right? Like I get a bunch of kids or so trying to come into my chat or so, trying to troll in here, saying the N-word and whatnot, think they're funny and everything, or try to do whatever other shenanigans or so. I just kind of like look at them and I'm just kind of like, damn, your mother didn't love you, did it, huh? That's crazy. Maybe next time I'll say, hey, give me your dad's contact number. I'll give him a baby that he actually loves. Maybe I'll say that next time.
I'm legally allowed to have it. I'm legally allowed to have it in my building, in my condo. Dumbass. I'm legally allowed to have it. Legally, I have my.
But I guess, at least in his old clips where he would threaten people, there was some sort of IRL friend that would try to at least talk him down instead of just egging him on.
Yo, brother, are you recording?
True.
I'm just asking, are you recording back? I'm telling you, bro. What? Yo, wait, this guy's recording right now. I'm a live streamer.
But it's clear though, when you start going through more clips like this, you realize what we're seeing is currently just like the surface of Dealey's temper and violent behavior, because as he becomes more desperate for money and views, it's concerning to think that this in fact might even escalate. And honestly,
so it's that mentality of being desperate for money and views. It's the clout, you know? That's why at least some big YouTubers or so, right? They're a little bit more, I wouldn't say timid, more on guard mostly on making friends in general, because like, remember during the time or so, during the clout chasing era, where like people were like trying to be friends with like bigger content creators to basically get them to push up, but then after, if they do something bad or so, they'll turn their back against them and all this other shit. You know, there was like a whole era of like that or so on YouTube. And unfortunately, a lot of people who are like big content creators don't really make too many friends, or has like a really like really small pool of friends or so. They don't really associate with it, you know. The whole Dream SMP thing, all those guys are destroyed now. Are they? Damn, that's crazy. At least most of them. Oh, okay, I see. I don't know anything about the Dream SMP too much, though. But yeah, but it was a whole thing. There was like an error of like the whole clout chasing thing or so during that era of YouTube, and unfortunately, it destroyed a lot of shit during that time, you know. So
honestly, I have no clue
which
where
is
his
completely
family is in all
understandable.
this.
I
I
get
would
it,
definitely
you know.
be worried if I were them. He has mentioned that he is in contact with his parents and siblings, and even if they were willing to help him, Lil Dealy seems unlikely to accept anything from them anyways.
I don't want to ask her, but you know how bad I'll feel, bro? One of my number one pet peeves in this world is me asking people for money. That's one of my number one pet peeves.
Says,
Me asking someone for money like that I know,
makes me feel
like especially
so
my
much
parents
better
or
about
my
my life.
sisters or anyone like that.
But clearly, the dude has no shame. And he does insinuate that most people back home
I think so.
have rightfully labeled him
maybe.
as a
I'm not
dog
too
abuser.
sure.
So that could also be contributing to why he does not want to come back to Canada or even get back in contact with his family or friends.
I know it's just like when everyone in Canada, like everyone on my friends, everyone in Canada thinks like I'm a dog eater. It's insane, bro. It's insane. Every single person I know thinks I'm like not knowing I'm a homies, but like everyone I know that's not my homies actually thinks I'm a dog eater, and it's so.
So I guess for now, he's stuck begging his viewers to Venmo him so he can stay another night at a shitty motel and not have his card decline next time he buys fast food.
What the, bro? Like what? Bro, that's impossible. Like, look, I got like $150 in that. Ain't no way.
After going through all these clips of this guy, you really do reap what you sow. This is crazy. He can't fully disclose his location since there's likely people trying to find him either to rescue Peaches or just settle a beef that he started with his chat, and he certainly doesn't want to go home to his now very public address. You have something to say about his dog Peaches? What do you think, buddy? So where does Dealy go from here? Well, he's streaming himself
That's a
living in
cute
America
dog.
with no job beyond panhandling for subscribers and no intentions of going home. It, unfortunately for him, feels inevitable that someone's going to take that dog from him, whether it's
Yeah.
lawfully or just by physical force, because there's like a whole internet clique trying to track him down and find
the
that
fuck?
dog. It's like an online Saving Private Ryan, but for his dog. If you
Yeah, but I
stop-
feel like that's a vigilante kind of type of thing, because you don't know if they're gonna hurt the guy at the end of the day, you know, trying to take the dog, you know, that's why.
Stops paying rent in Toronto or wants to move to Florida like he says he does, we have to assume that he will at least have to go back and get his stuff.
He's
Now,
trying to
let's be
move to
real, if he does
Florida?
do that, people might be waiting for him, and people obviously know that he's coming back, because I guess he just can't stop live streaming himself crash out for like 18 hours every single day.
I'm not running. I'm American.
Wait, he's streaming for 18 hours a day? Dude, that's crazy to see that. That is crazy. Like I stream for a long time too as well, but I enjoy streaming though. Like I enjoy talking to you guys, you know. I sometimes I kind of forget about the time, you know, because me and my community, we have a fun time and time passes by really quickly or so, just enjoying some good times or so. But like, damn, dude, this guy is streaming for it, but he's streaming it for the wrong ways though, unfortunately. So, and also, you know, the way how he's doing his dog, you know. As a Floridian, we don't want him. We love dogs here. He's probably just begging for money whenever he's hungry and shit. Yeah, that's probably the reason. I don't need to beg for food or anything like that, you know. He enjoys being a slave to his viewers. I guess so, I guess.
American now. My bank is switched. Everything, like I'm done. Like I'm not a Canadian no more. I'm American. I'm not a Canadian anymore.
Obviously, he claims he's American now. What I did not know is apparently if you are half Native American and he claims that he's Native American, you have something called the Jay Treaty rights.
Wait, he's saying that he's part Native American? Huh?
And that essentially just gives you free passage throughout Northern America, which is something I basically just learned right now. So all he has to do to get into the US or to be able to work in the US is prove that he's Native American. Good for him, I guess. But to me, it doesn't seem like this guy is emotionally, mentally, or financially stable enough to properly take care of his dog.
I want to see that DNA test. What did I walk in on? Shenanigans. Some people think they once they enter a country, they are native of that country. Damn, can I say I'm Native American too as well? Damn, that's crazy.
Because he forces Peaches to live under these same horrible conditions as him, and she suffers as a result. And he's clearly awful to her for the behavior that's his fault, and still does not feed her a proper diet. Who in their right mind will starve a dog all day and then give him a slice of Domino's pizza? What? And again,
even I feed my turtles, you know. That's pretty much it. My turtles are sleeping right now, so they're not eating. They're not eating right now. And then I gotta clean their tanks tomorrow. So they have like a pretty big, decent sized tank. So usually I clean them like on Thursdays. It's either Thursdays or Fridays. It's one of the two, and that's pretty much it. But they have a pretty big ass tank or so. Well, when I say tank or so, it's like a giant freaking like bowl freaking thing or so at the moment. So yeah. My friend named the female Midori, and then Hachi is the male one. So that's pretty much it. So yeah.
All of this is just being live
my friend
streamed for the entire
named her
world to
Midori,
see. That's why there's so many people that are worried.
I had her when she was just a baby. Like she was like really small, like pretty small, like the palm, like almost smaller than the palm of my hand. Now she's a little bit bigger now.
His dog, and this has got to the point where these clips are being viewed by millions of people now. But
no, I haven't used that or so. I'll give it a try, but I don't think my turtles like it or so. I don't think they do. I know that my female likes it when I pet her. When I pet her at the back of her shell or so, she likes that. I know that for a fact. She likes that. The male one doesn't really like anything as much. He's pretty aggressive from time to time, maybe because he hasn't had sex or anything like that, which, you know, understandable, you know. He's a dude who hasn't really done it yet, so I don't blame him at the end of the day. So he's kind of a little bit angy, you know, average male turtle. Yeah, he's pretty angy. He's pretty angy. He hasn't had sex yet, you know, so he's gonna become a wizard pretty soon.
It's also evident that multiple police departments have been notified about him, as well as multiple animal rescues. Plus, Dealey will now have to answer to rent or bills or a random run-in with someone who recognizes him
base
soon
male
enough.
turtle.
So,
no, it's because like I tried to put him in the same tank or so as the female, and he was attacking the girl, so I separated them immediately. Unfortunately, the female has a toenail that's growing in reverse because he decided to bite her feet basically, and that's like kind of like pretty much it. So my mother instincts turned on immediately when I saw mine was being scared, and I separated them immediately. That was like a long time ago. So yeah, so I don't put them together, and that's pretty much it. Because my sister's turtle killed my turtle.
Way. There will probably be an update on this story, and hopefully Peaches ends up in a safe home soon. But I mean, hey, at least he's not facing a decade in prison for threatening to bomb an anime convention over an energy drink like this woman did. Because
that's true.
That's just a crazy story that I would heavily recommend checking out. But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.
That's crazy, to be honest. That's crazy to see that. Anyways, well, hopefully things work out for this guy. Someone needs to rescue his dog. She's a genuine danger in his care. Yeah, it makes sense, to be honest. America's here. We don't want him either. Named her Peaches. Yeah, apparently that's the dog's name. Apparently it's Peaches. That's crazy. This is what happens to people who are, you know, who is into that live streamer, that kind of like live streamer kind of situation in general, you know. This is literally straight up live streamer behavior of doing that clout, you know, that kind of like clout thing, you know. That's crazy though. Interesting. Well, we'll see what happens. You know, there's going to be more development on this story at the end of the day. We'll see if this guy gets any repercussion for the dog itself being mistreated. threatened to bomb an enemy convention over an energy drink. What's that story? Oh, it's I'll tell you about it in a bit. Probably didn't sponsor him. It's a girl, actually. It's a cosplayer. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this story in general. Oh my god, there's so much shit happening in the past, 24 hours. Jesus Christ. Anyways. Yeah, I heard about it too as well. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And,